In this video, I'm sharing with you 10 side plank variations that you can add into your workout routine and to spice things up. This is a video for anyone who may be looking for some additional challenges or maybe just looking to try a few new exercises out. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Coach Remi here. In today's new video, I'm sharing with you 10 side plank variations that I use with my clients to help them build a resilient spine and to add novelty into their workout programs. With the side plank, we are focusing on building lateral core endurance and preventing side bending. Now, when it comes to back pain, often people may have back pain that is specific to one side, maybe the left side, maybe the right side. And often what you may find is that there's a weakness in their core from side to side, left to right. And with the side plank, we can focus on addressing any imbalances that may exist and prevent back pain. So without further ado, here are 10 side plank variations in no particular order. Enjoy. For our first side plank variation, we have the side plank with a knee march. For the side plank with a knee march, we're going to set up in a regular side plank position with our elbow under our shoulder, straight line from our head to our heels, brace the core, don't want to let the hips drop, and all we're going to do is we're going to drive our knee from our top leg up to hip height, and then we're going to slowly lower it back down. We want to focus on performing 6 to 8 reps, and then we would switch sides. And that's the side plank with a knee march. Moving on to our second variation, we have the side plank with a knee march and mini band under the feet. So the same thing as your side plank with a knee march, but the only difference here is we're adding a little bit more difficulty by placing a resistance band under the feet. So you'll set up in a regular side plank position, core tight, drive the knee upwards, and now the band is providing resistance, so we're getting a little bit more hip activation, and we would repeat this for about 6 to 8 reps, and then we would switch sides. And that's the side plank with a knee march and mini band under the feet. Moving on to our third side plank variation, we have the side plank row. For the side plank row, you're going to set up, you can use either a cable or you can use a resistance band that is anchored around a pole. You'll set up in a regular side plank position, elbow under your shoulder. You're going to have your top leg out in front, bottom leg straight, lift your hips up, core nice and tight. And then with your band, you're going to pull your elbow to the side of the body and perform a regular row. Just make sure you keep a straight line from head to heels. Don't let the hips drop and don't let the elbow go behind the body. You'd focus on performing 8 to 10 reps per side, and that's the side plank row. Moving on to our fourth side plank variation, we have the side plank with a band pull apart. For a side plank with a band pull apart, you're going to take a resistance band and you're going to set up in a regular side plank position where you'll have top leg out in front, bottom leg straight, and you want to lift your hips up, core nice and tight, elbow under the shoulder. You'll take your resistance band and then you will perform a pull apart. Now just make sure the elbow doesn't go behind the body and avoid shrugging upwards as you perform the pull apart. And you would focus on performing 8 to 10 repetitions per side, and that's the side plank with a pull apart. Moving on to our fifth side plank variation, we have the side plank with a horizontal abduction. For a side plank with a horizontal abduction, you're going to set up in a regular side plank position, take a 5 to 10 pound weight, and all you're going to do is once you set up in the side plank position, you're going to abduct your arm back and forth, and the weight is providing a little bit of a challenge to the shoulder. And you would want to focus on performing 8 to 10 repetitions for the side plank with a horizontal abduction. Moving on to our sixth side plank variation, we have the side plank with a bottoms up kettlebell hold. For a side plank with a bottoms up kettlebell hold, you want to set up in a regular side plank position, elbow under the shoulder, core nice and tight. You're going to lift your hips up. You're going to have your top leg out in front, bottom leg straight. Don't let the hips drop. With your kettlebell now, you're going to pick it up, press it into the air, and then you're just going to hold it. And you will hold that position for about 10 seconds. Don't let the hips drop. And then we have an added challenge of shoulder and wrist stability because now we're holding the kettlebell and we need to stabilize. Then you can focus on performing about 2 to 6 reps per side. And that's the side plank with the bottoms up kettlebell hold. Moving on to our seventh side plank variation, we have a side plank with a band around the hips. For a side plank with a band around the hips, you're going to take a resistance band, anchor it around a pole, and then you're going to step into the loop of the band, place it around your hips, and then you'll set up in a regular side plank position. And now the band is providing a force that's going to want to pull you backwards, and you need to resist this force from the band. And you can hold this position for about 10 seconds, and you would shoot for about 2 to 6 reps per side with a 10-second hold. And that's the side plank with a resistance band around the hips. For our eighth side plank variation, we have the side plank bench iso hold. For a side plank bench iso hold, you're going to take a bench and you're going to anchor your feet or position your feet against the wall where you can stabilize and hold your feet in place. Now, your top leg is going to be back behind the bench, and then your bottom leg will be in front of the bench. Now from here, you're just gonna lean to your side into a side plank position, and you would hold this by squeezing your glutes, core nice and tight, straight line from your head to your heels, and you just hold this for about 10 seconds, and you can perform about 2 to 6 reps per side. This is an advanced variation, but it's also a great variation for someone that's looking to progress and may have shoulder issues, because we're sparing the shoulders here. We don't have to hold ourselves up with our elbow. Moving on to our 9th side plank variation, we have the side plank bench iso hold with a pulse. So this is similar to our side plank bench iso hold. The only difference here now is we're taking a weight and we're gonna pulse out. So we'll set up in a regular position. Bottom leg is gonna be out in front. Top leg will be behind the body. Core nice and tight, straight line from head to heels. Squeeze your glutes. You'll take about a 5 to 10 pound weight. And all you're gonna do is push the weight out and bring it back in, and you'll pulse out and shoot for about 6 to 10 reps per side. And that's the side plank bench iso hold with a pulse. And then finally, for our last side plank variation, we have the Copenhagen side plank. For the Copenhagen side plank, you're gonna take a bench and you're gonna place your top leg on the bench, and then your bottom leg will start on the ground. And from here, you'll set up in a regular side plank position with your elbow under your shoulder, core nice and tight. You'll lift your hips up, and then your top leg's gonna push into the bench, and your bottom leg is gonna lift off the ground and it'll be in the air. From here, you're gonna hold this position for about 10 seconds, and you perform about 2 to 6 reps per side. And what we're doing with the Copenhagen side plank is we're incorporating a little bit of adductor activation from the top leg. A little bit more of an advanced side plank, but it's a nice variation to change things up. And those are my 10 side plank variations that I'm sharing with you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed these variations. Let me know if you try any of these variations out and how you like them. And if you have any questions or comments about any of these variations, or need help or guidance with anything, please be sure to leave a comment below. And just before I wrap up here, be sure to join the Facebook group, The Back Pain Warriors. The community has grown to over 150 members, where we have people sharing their back pain stories, their journeys, what they're doing to overcome their own back issues, and everyone's sharing tips and giving one inspiration and motivation. So if you're looking for more tips, motivation, or inspiration, I highly suggest you go join the Facebook group. There's a description below where it'll take you right to the Facebook group. Okay guys, so that's it for this video. I hope you guys have a successful and productive day. And until next time, take care.